just ride around and listen, and when your dog takes off somewhere, you hope it's after a cow and not a hippie or something.
What he's doing is he's poking fun, and even a cow's tongue can make modern art. Now I, being trained in modern art, can see that this is a little bit like a Henry Moore, it's a little bit like an ARP, it's a Barbara Hepworth, it's some of these early British sculptors that use rounded forms.
It just doesn't get any better than that. I mean, really.
The texture, look at the other side there. Look at the beautiful lines. So the theme this year is Sacred Cow, and I'm Alika Bonebrake from St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, and maybe it's the sacred that brought all of the reverends to do the judging this year.
I mean, I know New York conceptual artists that would love to have done this because it is so amazing to have these ranchers out there looking very carefully with the idea of beauty in their mind, looking at these abstract forms and deciding which one had the finer qualities. It's amazing.
I never in a million years seen any art in it myself. You know, I mean, we ride by those all the time, and it took somebody with a warped mind to come up with the art. The art.
I have a salt lick. I found it yesterday.
A good one?
Yeah, you want to see it? I'll get it. Just stand still. Think of Snoopy cartoons. That little bird, Woodstock.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With his little hat on and his nose. Don't that look like Woodstock? Yep, found that back at Sparta Butte. Well, actually, it was down between Trouble Gulch and Sweet Betsy.
Hello?
575? 570. Well, now they call it a consultant. Look at that. And you can turn it around and look through from that side. And it might even be looking back at you from that side.
It's different because it's a little more art, which is cool. I mean, agriculture, you don't deal with that.
And you see some of the artsy people around town that we normally don't rub shoulders with. But
It's free beer, admit it.
Yeah,
free beer. Free beer's good. And I mean, we've even sometimes even during the auction bought our own salt blocks back.
You've really converted people in a certain sense that probably wouldn't be inclined to modern art, probably not be inclined at all, to be modern artists themselves. And because they are really making the decision. You know, the cow, the horse, you know, they don't think about what they're doing, they're just licking salt. Now, the rancher, they do think about it, and they make decisions, aesthetic decisions.
This is the one that...
Boy, that's a nice one.
Yeah, that is, isn't it? Look at that. You know what I wanted to do, Deshner, and I never done it. I thought, and maybe it wouldn't work. I wanted to see if I took a block of that and put some like duct tape on it and just left pieces open, if they would leave like the initial block and just cut holes through it. But I've never taken the time to do that.
Your cows will probably get addicted to duct tape. You have to bring them out rolls to eat.
I like them if they look a little unusual or if they've got a hole through them that the cows have licked so much.
When I first saw the pieces, I thought, okay, now the author, Witt, is here kind of poking fun at modern art. That's what I thought it was. And I still think it was a little bit of that, if not a lot of that. He had noticed that salt licks actually have very unique and pleasant or interesting kind of artistic sculptural forms.
We're still working on breeding cows for artistic ability, and we're doing better.
We're doing better. I think our cows are kind of there at the top.
Well, I know, man, what you thought the first time I asked you to do the Salt Lick auction.
Oh, that was the dumbest damned idea I'd ever heard in my life. Who in the hell's going to buy a wore-out salt block?
I think when the first one went for $125, I was...
I want to know why we can look at each other and laugh. Do you see anything funny about us?
300 down bill, number 300, now quarter. 300 and a quarter, now 25. A 325, now 25, now 25. Now half a dollar bill, number half. 300 and a half. 350, now 75. 375, now 4. Well, a $400 bill, number 4, and a 4, and a 4, and a $400 bill, legal money at 4, and a 4, and a 4. You want to play some more back there? Wave at me!
But it's for a very, very good cause. Parkinson's affects more people than you ever would have dreamed in your life. It was affecting people before people even knew what it was.
I have Parkinson's disease, and it just makes you look at things different. And a lot of times I don't know, maybe it's the medicine, but I sure look at things differently. I mean, these aren't just salt blocks, they're pieces of art. This one's a dandy. I mean, look at, that's a ghoulish look. I mean, it looks like Edward Munch's Scream easily. Or you could make it something else, I don't know.
I like the way it brings the community together in a fun and sort of engaging way.
Thanks,
They
Mike.
put Baker on the map.
You betcha. I don't know if I want that. We've raised $75,000, and most of that's gone to OHSU, Oregon Health Science University.
Look more like Woodstock, the little Tweety bird, or does it look more like Jimmy Durante? Or does it look like Wit? Of course, some of them could be pretty artistic with their tongues, I guess.
You think they think about that?
The cows?
Yeah.
Well, no, I think when they're licking on that block of salt, they're just trying to figure out some way to screw with a cowboy's mind.